And there it seems I'm live. Yay! Oh, had some connection issues. 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 Yeah, I know where it's from. Had some there. I knew, yeah. I had it going on the other window here, so yeah, that should be it. Closing that one. Good afternoon, SafeDK. Good afternoon. That did it, yeah. I had another YouTube window open. So I guess the echo is gone by now. Is it still going? Dun, 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 dun. Is there still echo? Audio fine now. Thanks, Lone Tech. Yes, FTK. I think it's easier for us Norwegian to talk Danish than the other way around. Yeah. Cool. So, a while back I was on Clary's Discord talking to a lot of people at the same time. And unfortunately, Flatzoid FE had to talk pretty low because his kids was there. So I thought it would be great to have another talk now and sort out some stuff about these angles and everything. I saw him in the chat there, and I also can see him on the Discord. So I'm gonna enter there now in just a few minutes. I think I have everything ready. I was a bit late actually, so the last few minutes have been pretty hectic. So I hope I remembered everything. Headphones. Lone Tech. I don't need any good luck. This will just be a talk and trying to figure out how the mechanics of all this works. So good luck with the tech stuff, yeah, of course, but otherwise, nah. Earth is clearly a banana. Pineapple Earth. As long as it's not on a pizza, Carl, it's okay. Pineapple dipped in chocolate, that's good. Science it out, hey! Yeah. I said at 9 o'clock, so I will wait 3 minutes before I connect. And hopefully Clary and all the other. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 or 14 people there now, so hopefully they understand it will be just me and Flatzoid. Hopefully. I'm not in for another gangbang. I'm not gonna rage quit, but yeah, one-on-one is a whole lot more civilized. Face shield, yeah. And Beard the Devil, I'm gonna open your video, your YouTube here. Thanks for using your material. Beard. The rest is there, of course. Probably some stuff I can use there, yeah. Where was this? Yeah. Camera, something. Okay. Hey, Snark. I saw here before I started that the camera was fighting off the exposure from me or the window, so it was going dark and bright all the time. That might happen. I have changed it manually, but all of a sudden the camera can do stuff with the exposure because it's just cut in half. So who knows if you're getting seasick or anything, maybe a seizure. Hopefully not. Yeah, so it's coming up on 9 o'clock. It seems that there are a lot of people who have muted themselves on that Discord. I'm going to do a share screen as last time, but many of you asked for a link to that Discord, and I'm not sure if I should do that because then it will be a lot more people. It's 12. What is there? 12 out of 75. I can't just leave a link for that Discord. That's yeah. Anywho, I don't know how to get that link from that Discord over here. I really don't know. Yep, 9 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Extra shot in a video about things you can... Window glare, yeah. So, let's see. I'm going to connect now.
When we're doing stuff, everybody's welcome to come down.
Hey, Tommy.
Particularly, is Tommy in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
Tommy's in.
Thanks
Evening, Tommy. Good to see you.
Evening, dude.
Yeah, you too. I'm just going to adjust the mic a bit. Oop, about that.
Okay. Basically, the rest of us are going to mute.
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, unless you two need me to step in, I will not be stepping in. So, you two are grown up.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be civil. So, you guys take it away. Have fun.
Thank you. I don't know if you heard me, Bell, but thanks for last time.
No problem, mate.
Yeah.
Anytime. Always welcome.
Thanks. So, what I was hoping for this time was to get a little more in-depth about all these angles and optics and stuff. Because last time it was just a bit too many people to get anything clear out of it.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you want to know?
There was something about the optics when I asked you what numbers you used to calculate everything, and you said something about the cameras and lenses and stuff. So how is this stuff working? What numbers are you using?
With what observation?
For example, my old with the wind turbines, or any other observation where is cameras involved.
Yeah, but you're not really making a question. I don't understand what math you're looking for.
Yeah,
if you can give me a basis to work on, I can try and do something for you.
Just curious about what, as last time you asked for what camera I had, what lens I had for doing my observations, and I just would like to know what numbers you use from those cameras and lenses and stuff.
Because the lenses and the cameras, they give different, how can I say, gives a different effect to what you're looking at, observing it.
Different effect.
I mean, you understand how a image sensor works on a camera, correct?
Yeah, CMOS. Yeah, sure.
And that can change the image quality quite a bit.
Quality, yeah. More important stuff is, does it move stuff around inside the frame?
Well, it depends on what angle you're observing something and which focus point you're focused on. So if something is blurred in the distance, if you're with the diffraction, because the lens diffraction, you're not going to be able to resolve the thing, and because something is blurred, the bigger angle is going to be more resolvable.
Yeah, that doesn't mean disappear.
Resolvable, I didn't say disappear.
Yeah, as I
Two
said,
different things.
That doesn't mean disappear. So when I'm looking at the wind turbines and the bottom and the hill is disappearing.
Yeah.
So
The large, what would be your elevation?
this is from last time. I'm going to share in the chat. Just going to find back the folder. As I said to my people here,
Okay.
I was a bit hectic. It was last minute, so a bit behind schedule. Sorry for that.
No stress.
Thanks. Yeah. That one. In the live chat.
Okay, 22 meters, yeah.
So,
Hey, this is the one. This is the one where you showed you were. I think you said you were 20 kilometers away, correct?
the map here. 68 kilometers.
68 kilometers, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, what I was talking about last time was if something disappears because of some angles, then it should move down. But when you're talking about resolvable, that doesn't mean disappear. So the bottom of those turbine and the hill they're standing on are disappeared.
Yeah, because of occultation. You understand with perspective, the ground is rising relative to eye level in the distance. You understand that, correct?
On a flat surface, that shouldn't hide anything.
On any surface, due to perspective, the ground will rise to eye level.
No.
Yes.
Let's see.
Is perspective wrong?
There.
I'm gonna post
That horizon is not at eye level.
a quick video. Yeah, it is relative to eye level. That's not saying it's eye level. That's all just optical effect. I'm saying it's all just optical. It isn't eye level. It rises relative to eye level.
There are plenty of other observations that also, like this one, where it's far from eye level.
Yeah, but your camera angle is looking below that water. That's why it's looking that it's up. If you had to lift your camera to center frame of that water, it will be level with the horizon. If you had to lift it a bit higher, it will be lower than the horizon. It's all just got to do with the angle of incidence.
Center frame doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you point the camera.
Yes, it does.
Nope.
Yes, it does. It's your angle of incidence. Have you ever taken take a pencil and hold it in front of your eye, and just move your eye level below it or above it or towards it, and you'd see it changes your level relative to the distance in the back.
Out in the distance on my two photos here, there is nothing different on where the turbines are in reference to that house there. There's nothing changing in the way you're holding the camera. It just doesn't.
You just went left to right, correct?
I just rotated the camera, and I had on the top one it's bottom left, on the other one it's top left, and I rotated it. So it doesn't matter how you hold the camera. Nothing inside the frame will change places.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. Your level elevation changes what you see.
Yeah, but again, the center frame doesn't matter.
Center frame does matter.
Nope. I have another one here I can show you.
Did you?
Even if I have here, that's my setup with my camera over a water level, and if I
Awesome.
tilt it upwards, you have eye level bottom frame. If I tilt it the other way, you have eye level top frame, and nothing changes.
So that is changed because the eye level has raised and the eye level has gone down. So you've just demonstrated exactly what I said.
Yeah, but nothing changes in the distance.
Yes, it does.
The eye level is still the same.
Look at that eye level.
Yeah.
Both.
There's a building in the back there. Just above there is a building, and on both these
You
photos,
see that you see that pole on the left.
Yeah, that's
There's
because there's a wide.
the goalpost.
Yeah, that's a wide angle lens. That's a 10mm lens.
No,
So there's
I don't care about the
distortions.
lens. You see that goalpost on the left.
Yeah, that's distortion.
Can you see how the level has changed?
Yeah,
Just with the angle.
That's distortion. If you're
No.
looking center frame
You're-
at that house in the background there, you can see windows, and at those windows, that yellow line hit the bottom frame on those windows all the way. Nothing changes.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're
The angle we are looking at is the closer angle, the floor angle. That piece of ground patch, you can see changes due to your elevation,
that changes
due to your
because
angle of
there's distortion
incidence.
on the lens.
No, that ground patch is right next to the blue tube. That's got nothing to do with lens distortion
Yeah,
at the
but if
moment.
you're looking,
We're
there's a
literally
hou-
just talking perspective.
Yeah, if you're looking at the house, there's a house back there with windows. That yellow line hits those windows at the bottom frame on each and every one of them. You can't go to the sides because it's a wide angle lens with distortions.
Why you keep moving away from what I'm telling you?
Because that's not how it works. On both these photos, eye level
So
is the
you
same.
validate everything I say and tell me that's not how it works.
I'm just saying that center frame doesn't matter.
Of course it does. It's got to do with occultation.
What is occultation?
The closer angle, even though it's smaller, will now be larger, and thus it will occult at the back angle. That's why I'm saying, you see those tubes represent your
Occultation means
ground.
to hidely cover something, doesn't it?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. You see those tubes? Those tubes would represent the ground in a far distance observation. That would have the larger angle than those wind turbines that you look in the distance. So that's why the ground has occulted over the bottom of those wind turbines. Understand?
No, because nothing can hide anything. It can be unresolved, but nothing on a flat surface can be covered by something else that's not there. There's nothing physically covering in between.
I posted a video 6 minutes past 9. Would you just quickly play that? Do you see it? It's just above the one with the red water tube.
Give me a second, I'm gonna go into that YouTube channel.
It's 16 seconds long.
When did you post it?
6 minutes past 9. Must I post it again quickly?
I only see the
Might
one
be
post
easier.
version. That's the last one.
Now I'm posting it quickly on live chat
But
again.
is that just you talking about stuff or are you actually showing something?
It's an actual demonstration.
Well...
Okay, DP just posted it now again. I'm also
in
posting
this
it.
chat? Oh, I was on the channel, sorry.
Yes, in the chat.
Okay,
No,
it's
in the chat, yeah.
It's playing now.
Can you
Oh,
see
you're
what
doing
happens
that
when you
again,
change
just covering the
elevation?
camera. That's a Gary.
Yeah, and what happened to what happened to the floor? What happened to the angle of the floor?
again, as we talked about last time, when someone showed a hallway with that yellow sign on it, my turbines are not a piece of the floor, it's standing up.
I asked you a specific question.
Yeah,
What
but it
happened
has
to the
nothing to do
angle
with
of the
isolation.
floor? Yes, it does.
No.
Your turbines would be at the back. You see that back room at the back there in the distance?
Yeah. If you pause it,
Your
you have it on the floor at 8 seconds. You can still see there's some
Your-
figure in that room, and you will see the head of it. It seems like a person figure, doesn't it? No, it's something in the back room there. And you
do you see that,
on the wall, a black box or
Tommy?
something on the wall.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Do you see the bottom dark line in that back room on the wall when you're totally standing up
That floor doesn't seem to be...
before you press play?
That floor doesn't seem to be a flat. That seems to be curved.
Tommy, you haven't even tried to address one thing I've said so far. You see
Because
that
what
back
you're saying
room.
doesn't make any sense.
How can I explain it to you if it doesn't make sense, if you're not trying to acknowledge anything I say?
Because you just say occultation and think that's work. But again, from that floor, when you have the camera on that floor, and you see in the room back there, you have a black box on the wall with a cable through it or something. That would be where the wind turbines are.
That black box is not what we're looking at. We are looking at the smallest angle.
No,
that would be the bottom.
That's 15 times higher than me.
Do you understand that when we're looking at the bottom angle, that's the lowest?
But the bottom angle is not my observation. My observation is something that is 15 times over my head, as you can see there. I should be looking up at something
just
15 times higher, not at the ground, not at the floor.
Do you understand the ratio difference between those wind turbines and your camera? Just like with your camera and with the camera that I just showed there.
What ratio are you talking about?
That
specific.
You are looking upwards.
Yeah.
If you had to stand in front of those wind turbines,
yeah,
you would have to look up at them, correct?
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now your camera lens is, let's say, 35 millimeters or whatever.
400.
Okay. Now the thing is, you are looking up with that 40 mil. If you are essentially, if you have to scale it down, your 40 mil is literally touching the ground. You understand?
But I will still be looking at something 15 times higher than me.
So even when the lower you're going down, the more you're going to be looking up at it. The more you're going to be occulting that bottom angle over it. So the ground's angle is going to get larger the further the distance.
The ground angle.
Yes.
The ground is flat.
The ground... Yes,
so
you can only get angles on a flat surface. 0.
Yeah.
You can only get...
What is the angle of a flat line? You said, as a 0, you said 180. So which is it?
What do you mean?
You asked me last time, just before I left, what is the angle of a line? And I said 0, and you said 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A straight line has an angle of 180.
There's a 0 now.
But yes, it's a 0 angle. Because you're on the 0 angle.
So it's flat.
Now the thing is, Tommy.
Yeah.
You do understand you can only get an angle on a flat surface.
What angle are you talking about? This is flat.
Yes. So the angle is flat.
What angle? 0.
The floor's angle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain it to you, but I can't explain it to you if you're just obfuscating everything I say about.
I just want you to know that nothing hides anything over a flat surface.
I just gave you a video proving it.
Because that floor
DP just...
flat, and what I'm looking at is 15 times higher than me, not at the ground.
Has the sea got waves?
22 meters high.
No. And is this 22 meters high on this demonstration?
No.
So, you just debunked your argument then.
What are waves doing with this? Waves doesn't hide anything. You asked for waves.
The angular size of a wave that's closer is going to be much larger than those bottoms of those.
Yeah.
What's the name is in the distance
no
exactly? So it
waves.
would have caught above it.
No waves 22 meters high.
Nobody said it's 22 meters high.
Because
you know,
that's
you
my
can
elevation.
you can take a picture of a wave that's 2 centimeters high, and it will still call something that's 10 kilometers away.
But then your camera needs to be 2 centimeters off the floor.
Yes.
If you're standing upright, let's say you're 6 feet tall, and you have the camera just about eye level at 1 meter 70 as I have. Nothing that's 1 meter 50 should ever cover anything at your eye level.
You were only 22 meters above sea level.
So how
and
high does
you
these
think
waves?
you think at 60 kilometers away, things that don't rise to eye level, the ground's not rising to eye level? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because I have photos of it. It doesn't happen.
So you say perspective is wrong then?
No, perspective works pretty good.
But then you would understand ground raises to eye level.
Ikke to eye level. Ikke. Sorry, Norwegian popping, not to eye level. It appears to rise towards eye level, but not to eye level.
Relative to eye level, exactly.
What relative?
You would understand then.
This is just about
the closer. So if you, how can I explain this? If you had to take a piece of paper and hold it in front of you, vertical, and you had to place it down on the ground horizontal now, and you walk away from it, is that piece of paper angle changing?
Are you back to that sign, yellow sign in that hallway again? You're talking about angles, and what exact number do you have on those angles?
Perspective has got everything to do with angles.
Yeah.
We can't move on until you acknowledge. We can't move on until you acknowledge the ground is the larger angle towards your observer.
Only way I can have horizon at eye level is what I posted there. There's horizon at eye level. That's the only way I can have it.
You didn't answer what I just said.
Because again, it's irrelevant.
Why is it irrelevant?
Because on a flat surface, when you have these angles you're talking about, angles doesn't hide anything.
Of course angles hide things. This is how perspective works.
Define perspective.
Just everything converges to a convergence point.
Yeah, but nothing disappears.
So so your convergence point would be the apparent horizon. Now that means your ground is rising to that apparent horizon.
Towards,
so everything that's there rising upwards. So everything is rising upwards.
Into your vanishing point, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, towards the
exactly. Yeah. So if that ground has a large angle and you're just going to magnify that large angle.
Please, you have to specify. How can a ground have a large angle?
Because you are closer to the ground. The ground, you understand, angle is based on distance. So because you are looking into the distance, the angle already starts at where you can see relative, which is usually not far from your observer point. You have to take that whole distance into account.
So Rayleigh criterion,
you understand that?
Perspective, that's just about it.
That's practically all it is.
Yeah.
The Rayleigh criterion is just the easier way of explaining as soon as the larger angle is occulted over the smaller angle. it has reached the diffraction limit. It's just the easier way of explaining it to you guys.
And all of this just works up and down, not sideways.
Well, you don't see an orthographic view, do you?
I'm not talking orthographic, I'm just talking about everything disappearing downwards, even though the angles are here and there. Nothing disappears sideways.
You still get compression from top to bottom, but it's much more minimal due to the larger angle, because you are closer to the ground.
What larger angle?
You are closer to the ground, I'm
still 22 meters.
Your foundation. So exactly 22 meters is still. It doesn't mean you can be 100 meters. It doesn't matter. You're just extending your field of view. You are still closest to the ground.
Yeah, but again, let's see. Let me go back here. Not that one. This one. Every single one of those points are above my eye level, and what angles? The hill has the largest angle. I can't see the hill. It's totally gone. That's the largest.
Exactly, because the water has occulted over the hill. Do you understand that?
No, because
the whole.
You can't hide anything over a flat surface.
I just gave you a demonstration hiding things over a flat surface. Then you went and said it's not flat.
Yeah, you're hiding the floor. What do you call that? Threshold on the other side. I'm not talking about threshold. I'm talking about a hill that's 175 meters high with a turbine on top. That's where you're hiding.
You're still rising the largest angle. It's the same as taking.
You need to have some numbers.
I'm going to post.
Sorry, but you need to have some numbers here.
Okay. Look here. This is from Ruif's video. Okay.
Yeah.
You see this?
Yep.
Do you see that horizon angle to the bottom? You see that is larger than the angle from that Bankmoor Manor to its base? Can you see that? The angle's larger.
0.165 and 0.1095.
You can see it's larger, correct?
That is not to the. That's to the bottom of the mountain. That was hidden behind the horizon.
Exactly, you're making my point. That ground is occulting the bottom of the mountain because it's got a larger angle. Because due to perspective, the ground is rising relative to eye level.
But again, that doesn't make any sense.
Basic stuff.
No, that's not basic. When I'm standing 22...
You just said you can stand 100 meters. It's not going to make a difference. You're just going to extend your field of view. You're just going to let that occultation appear later on. Do you understand that?
No, because
you are widening the angles of the observations further away, just like you're widening the observation of the floor.
But again, as long as I'm over that flat, the occultation doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You need to quantify it.
I just did. I gave you actual that your slope side did. With math, you can see there the larger angle is the ground.
This is Ruif's maths, not your maths.
That's the diffraction limit math he was using angles, and then he used the diffraction. Wait, and then he used the diffraction limit angle, math, which totally validated the larger angle would be 168 times larger. Do you understand that?
Refraction wouldn't make any difference on a flat surface. Because you're looking
through refraction
wouldn't work on a flat surface.
You want to back that up?
Yeah, because when you're standing on one side, as I'm standing at 22 meters, I should be looking into 22 meters above the water on the other side, no matter the distance. That's just how physics works. So you can agree on that.
Do you want to prove that? Because that's a claim I want you to back up.
You didn't understand that, seriously. Let's try one more time.
You made a claim.
Yeah,
back it up.
Yeah, just go through that one more time, slowly.
You made a claim, back it up.
Yeah, I'm standing 22 meters above sea level. That's my elevation. We can agree on that one. So my eye level is at 22 meters above sea level. So on the other side, no matter the distance, I should be looking into a point 22 meters above sea level. Please tell me you understand that.
Carry on. I'm waiting for you to back up your claim, because at the moment you're proving my point.
That's the claim. I should be looking into a point 22 meters on the other side. That's my claim.
And you are.
Yeah.
But because of perspective, it's an optical effect that the ground is raising, and thus it's occulting the bottoms of the things in the distance.
Perspective doesn't allow that.
Now you made a claim that on a flat surface it will not happen. So back up that claim and show me not happening, because your observation is totally validating how perspective works.
Yeah, I'm going to post that as another post just to make that one more time. That one. Again. Oops, sorry. So, if someone please stop posting everything. Yeah, of course. Can you magnify the last one I posted? Just click on it, magnified.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see there's a gradient there from white to gray, from top to bottom. On a flat surface, refraction would be this wouldn't do anything, because you're looking through the same density layer all across. So refraction wouldn't happen.
Okay, Tommy, first of all, you already made a claim that on a flat surface you would not be occulted, which you're not backing up. Secondly, you just made another claim that refraction, you made another claim now again that refraction would not change with distance. You do understand that temperature changes every few meters.
Yeah.
You get water vapor that changes densities every few meters. You get atmosphere that changes every few meters.
Yeah.
So that's already debunked your claims. So I want you to please come and back up your original claim, then we'll get to your refraction part, which you've just anyway debunked yourself.
Because, as I said, on a flat surface, you're looking through the same density or temperature layer all the way. There isn't any curvature as on the globe. So light bends towards the densest medium object, whatever. That wouldn't happen on a flat surface when you're looking through the same layer all the way.
Would you please be kind to demonstrate this for us as you made a claim? You're making claims without backing anything up. You're just saying what would happen according to you.
How can I demonstrate that? It wouldn't be possible to demonstrate because it's impossible. The Earth isn't flat, so I can't demonstrate it.
You keep making claims without actually demonstrating your claims, Tommy.
That goes both ways, Flatzoid. You're making claims that
I haven't.
Hey, sorry.
I haven't made claims. I'm literally explaining to you how perspective works, and with demonstration, it's validating, and everything you've been showing has been validating what I've said. Now, on the contrary, you've been making claims on what should happen, and when I ask you to back it up, you cannot back it up other than because you say so. That's how it is.
Yeah, because you say occultation is something, but it isn't. You haven't backed it up because I should not be looking at that box on the wall from your pictures, from your video. That box on the wall should disappear.
We're not looking at the box, Tommy.
Yeah, that's my observation.
If it was much further in a distance, then the box would disappear. But the distance is not far enough for that. And you do understand that even that box has started going down with elevation.
It would appear to go down, but physically it's the same height, yeah.
Of course. It's because perspective is optical. It's not physical.
If you actually had a floor...
It's all optical.
If you had a floor that was actually flat instead of a bumpy floor, like that hallway with a yellow sign, that floor seemed to be pretty flat. So I don't remember who posted it, but It would be awesome to see that demonstration done at that floor. That would be awesome. If someone,
I'm
whoever
still
was
waiting
that last time, could go back to that hallway and move that sign to the end of the hall.
Okay, Tommy, I'll put 2 pictures in. It's busy loading now. I'll put 2 pictures in here for you. I want you to look at the first picture, look at the shade net, and look at the second picture. Look at the shade net.
Shade.
Tell me what you see, please.
Look at
The shade net.
Shade.
Yes, the carport.
The carport.
The shade net in the distance. Yes, the shade net in the distance. What's the difference between the first picture and the second picture?
This is exactly as last time. Someone need to explain, because I'm just watching 2 pictures with a different elevation.
What happens with the top carport and the second carport? That's all I'm asking.
What carport? I can see 3 paints, 3 strips of tape or something on the pole there.
Ignore the 3 stripes at the moment. I'm not talking about
What I
that.
should be looking at, please.
The carport,
Yeah,
the shade net. You see that green? You see that green shade net thing where the cars park under, where that tree is?
The green thing with the car. Yeah, I see the roof there, the ceiling. Yeah, of course.
It's a roof. Okay. Now,
Yes, yeah, I need to explain because I
look-
don't know what I'm looking at. Please stop being in it.
okay. Now you see that line of that carport
What
relative to that the carport's line.
The
How
ceiling
can I
or
put
the
it there?
floor or what?
But the whole thing, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Look at it relative to that hydraulic pump, that yellow part of the hydraulic pump of the head. You see the head. On the top one, the carport
Hydraulic
is
pump.
above it, correct? The carport is above it, correct?
Bev, stop being an idiot, please.
Tommy,
Yeah.
the carport is above it. Okay. Now on the second picture, is the carport underneath it or above it still?
Anything. Um. Or you're thinking about that small yellow thing on that vertical thing, on that orange thing. Is that
The
what we're
hydraulic
talking
pump,
about?
correct.
In the center of the frame.
Hydraulic pump.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, the hydraulic pump.
Some clearing will be pretty nice, because I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Thank you! Now we're talking. So, that one is now above the ceiling because you have moved the camera down.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you understand that is how perspective works?
Yeah, sure.
The
I
ground
don't deny
is
the perspective.
with Okay, so you understand. I didn't change distance here, whatever.
You changed the elevation.
Do you yes? Is that carport? Is it underneath now, that hydraulic pump head, or is it literally still above it, even though it looks like it's underneath it?
Didn't move.
Didn't move, exactly. This is the same with your observation.
Nope.
You are looking far
Not
into the
far.
distance.
Yeah.
You are looking upwards at, you understand? You are looking upwards at it. Now, because it's the distance, the ground is rising relative to eye level. That's how perspective works.
So
It's occulting.
at-
Just like this. Listen, just like this hydraulic pump is occulting now, and given the appearance that that shade net is going down, is the same. The water is occulting over the bottom of your wind turbines. Simple.
No.
Proven.
Because
I made a
you moved the camera up and down. I didn't. Sorry. You're just lowering the camera. I didn't go below water.
I didn't say you had to go below water. What would happen if you have to raise an elevation on your observation, Tommy?
Then I probably would see more of the land or the hill below the turbines.
Thank you for validating my
Because
point again.
curvature is a thing.
So Tommy, I have just validated my claim of perspective.
No, you didn't.
Now, would you please go ahead and validate your claim that it would not happen on a flat surface, even though I just demonstrated on a flat surface?
Because
Please.
again, this demonstration was totally not in relation to my observation.
I just explained to you
Explanations isn't
how
anything.
perspective works. I demonstrated to you. Now you just hand wave dismissing it because of your cognitive dissonance.
So how far away did I need to move for that? Let's go back to your scroll up again. That bottom of those two photos you have there. You have the camera closest to the ground. If you're lowering the camera all the way to the ground, how far away would you need for that yellow thing to be below your eye level?
Which yellow thing?
A yellow thing you just told me to look at.
The hydraulic pump. Which
Yeah,
part?
on that top of the pump you have that yellow thing on the side there.
You do understand I'm right in front of it, so it won't be below my eye level.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. How far away, if you have the camera on the ground there, how far away do you need to back up before that is below your eye level?
Depends on the aperture of the camera, depends on the angle you're looking at, depends on the temperature of the humidity of the air. There's quite a few variables. But I'm not moving on till you've actually demonstrated your claim. You made a claim it cannot happen on a flat surface, so back it up, Tommy. I'm keeping you to your claim.
Simple geometry.
No,
Yes.
I'm keeping you to your claim.
No.
You made a
Flat
claim,
is
back
flat.
it up.
Nothing should have physical. Nothing should be physically obstructed over a flat surface. I said physically.
Exactly, you made a claim, so back it up. I just showed you otherwise.
Nothing physically
On a flat
can be
surface.
obstructed over a flat surface.
Optically, would it be optically occulted?
Nope.
So what I just presented was computer generated then?
No, because that floor isn't flat. Again, do that in that same photo that someone presented last time I was there. You can see that.
Please stop being so dishonest. Can you just once in your life stop being so dishonest?
You really don't see
Back
the bulge
up
on
your
the floor
claim
there.
back up your claim instead of just hand wave dismissing what
I'm
you're
going to do
saying.
a
Please.
screenshot of that
That's all I'm
floor.
asking.
I'm going to do a screenshot of that floor.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna post another video for you.
just going to scroll back up here. But
And please
seriously
go
then,
and tell me this is not flat.
in that video of yours, if that floor seems to be bulging just 5 meters in front of you, why isn't that happening all over the place?
It is happening all over the place, Tommy.
No. Just
Your so-called curve,
I'm going to play
your
that video.
so-called curve, Tommy.
Yeah.
I just put another video for
I'm
you.
playing it now.
This is lights on a wall. So believe me when I say it is 100% level, 100% flat. There is no bulge. It's a spray booth wall with lights on. Can you see how those lights are compressing into each other? How the closer ones are occulting about the further ones? Can you see that?
I'm going to play just a few seconds more. The furthest one are gone behind the closest one, yeah. But
Okay.
that isn't magic. That's just how stuff happens. You have the camera at the
So that's-
same let's just say eye level, because that's, if you turn it, yeah, eye level. You have the camera at the same eye level as those lamps. So when you have the center,
Can you see?
when you have the center
Can
of
you
the
see
camera
what happened?
in that line, you're shading for the other ones.
Can you see what happened when I even zoomed in on it?
Yeah, you didn't show anything more. You just zoomed in. Zooming isn't
Okay.
magic.
What happened when I zoomed in? I just magnified the largest angle that already occulted over the unresolved angle. Once again, I demonstrated and backed up my claim. So again, Tommy, I ask you, I think this is the 8th time, would you be able to back up the claim that it would not happen on a flat surface, even though I just demonstrated it 3 times with different demonstrations for you?
It's still not relevant to my observation. On that video, with his 4 lamps there.
I'm sorry.
On that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are we supposed to be having I thought we were having an actual discussion as grown-ups, not some diaper baby crying because he cannot stick it in his head that what's going on here. You do understand everything you've been saying has been validating what I've said. Everything you've been showing has validated what I've said. And all you've been doing in rebuttal is, nah, because I don't believe, nah. That's it.
Go to 14 seconds in that last video. 14 seconds. There is something hanging on the wall there, like some spray equipment or something. There's a hose there with some white stuff.
What about it?
Yeah, I can still see that. That isn't.
Duh, because it's still too high.
Yeah.
If I had to change my distance, that would also go down.
So
do you understand? Distance is also dependent on your observation.
Yeah.
That's why when I said you're 60 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Makes your 22 meters.
Again.
Makes your 22 meters as if you're lying belly on the floor at 10 kilometers. You understand?
Again, at what point would that spray hose or something go below your eye level? You need to quantify that. Not just saying occultation and that's it. That's not how it works.
Again, it depends on the aperture of the camera. It depends on the atmospheric conditions. It depends on the distance.
Let's use some
It
numbers.
depends on the elevation.
Let's do this with real numbers.
So it's all got to do with perspective.
Yeah.
Optical illusions.
Let's do this with real numbers.
Why you? No.
Yeah,
you're still trying to obfuscate.
No.
You're still obfuscating from you trying to. You're still obfuscating from you made a claim. You have yet to back it up. So please, so we can move on. I'm sure everybody that's watching this just wants Tommy to just shut the hell up and back up a claim. Be a man.
Yeah.
Come on, back up your claim.
Is that person here who posted those 2 photos the last time I was in with that sign in that hallway, that yellow slippery sign, is there someone here who can post that again?
Can anybody please pull that sign up? If you can find it, because I know exactly what you're talking about. In that time, you still validated everything I said, like I said now.
No, because you use
Tommy?
a floor that's not flat.
It doesn't matter if I use a flippant triangle floor. The point of the matter is, due to perspective, you're always going to have the larger angle occulting in the distance because it is closer to you and at a larger angle.
But do that on
Because
a flat floor and
because
you
perspective, doesn't matter if it's flat, doesn't matter if it's bumpy, doesn't matter whatever.
Of course it
The
does.
point of the matter is, the larger angle occults the smaller angle because it rises due to perspective. Finish and clear. I've demonstrated it 3 different times now.
No, you haven't.
Okay, now stop hand
first
wave
of all,
dismissing.
your
Now
floor
stop
isn't
hand wave
flat.
dismissing everything I've said and just go and do a backup of your claim. Not my floor is flat, Pompey's floor is flat. You made a claim, you back it up.
Does anyone have that photo of that yellow slip? There it is.
There we
yeah.
go.
That
PP
one.
put it
PP,
on.
thank you. That floor is flat. Do the same thing there.
You can see it's doing the same thing there.
If you
Is it rising to eye level?
I will bet if you slide that
Is that-
yellow sign all the way to the back, you'll still see the gap underneath it. You can have the camera all the way down on the floor. You can slide that yellow sign all the way back.
Tommy?
You will see that gap
Tommy?
underneath it.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy, is this camera on the floor, correct?
I
Is this
can't
camera
tell.
still above? Yes, it is.
Okay.
Is this camera still above the gap? Is this camera still above the gap of that sign? AKA higher than the sign?
Use an iPhone or something where the camera lens is damn close to the ground. Slide
Tommy, is his lens higher than that gap of
I
that
can't
sign
tell.
or
I
not?
don't know what camera it is.
Well, then open your eyes because you can definitely see it's higher.
Probably, yeah, but again, I can't tell because I don't know what
So-
camera it is.
So, what is going to happen with that gap then when it goes into the convergence point? It's going to compress downwards into the horizon. So in other words, it's going to be with eye level when it gets there. Not going to be underneath. It can only be underneath if you're looking up towards it. You're not looking up towards it. You are above it. So thank you for proving you have no cooking clue how perspective works.
It's my turn to talk now. So
You haven't backed up anything yet.
Move that board.
You just had to literally show how dishonest you are and can't just converse like a normal human being and back up everything you present. You haven't actually presented anything.
Move that board all the way back to the end of that hallway. That's pretty damn far away. Use an iPhone or something that has the lens all the way down to the floor. You'll be still watching in that gap, and you will always be looking up towards the top of that sign.
The top of the sign is still going to compress downwards. Just like those lights in the hallways compressing downwards, those windows are compressing downwards. Correct? Given enough distance, it will reach the total diffraction. I mean, you won't even be able to see the signboard anymore.
I agree. That's perspective. Sure, yeah. I don't deny that. That's perspective. But at what point will that floor hide the board?
As soon as the angle is too large. You see those light reflections from the lights on the floor?
Yeah.
Can you see they are disappearing as they go to the distance?
There's a blue line in there.
To a point,
yeah, sure.
to a point that you can't even see the lights anymore on the floor?
Because they're stopping where the lights or the hallway stops? Something, yeah, sure.
No, because the floor has occulted over. So it looks like it's non-resolvable as separate. It's literally the larger angle has occulted it.
But again, I would really appreciate whoever took the photo, do that demonstration, move that yellow sign all the way to the back and see what happens. If
It's not going to make a difference, Tommy.
If you have anything occulting anything, you should see it back there. That's my observation.
So Tommy, when are you...
That's how my observation works. I should be looking up to something 15 times higher than me. I'm looking down at it. No, Bev, I don't have a hallway that far. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't know how much times I have to ask this, because even this thing you've just put here shows exactly what I'm talking about. So to make it clear, you claimed refraction would not happen on a flat surface.
Yeah.
Which you have yet to demonstrate this.
How could it?
You have also claimed that perspective doesn't work on a flat surface.
No, I didn't.
Which, well, you said it wouldn't happen on a flat surface, even though we've been demonstrating this.
Perspective works happens.
Great. So occultation, things at bottom disappear. Thank you to perspective.
Nope.
Sharp.
Occultation doesn't work on a flat surface.
You just... Oh, so the 4 different demonstrations we just showed you didn't show this?
And none of them showed anything. First one, the one you posted is 16 seconds. That's not a flat floor. That's really not a flat
Yes,
floor.
it is flat.
No, there's a bump in it. That's why I asked someone to do that on that floor with the yellow sign there. That's a flat floor. Do it there. Just
and
as,
what happens with... and
Ranty.
And do you remember...
Ranty when it's
And do you remember what happens on that video of that board when it moved into the distance? If you have to move it into distance?
What board?
The wet sign board.
Yeah, there's no video. There's just 2 photos.
Exactly. So, like we just talked about 5 minutes ago, if you are looking down at it and it moves into the distance, what's going to happen? It's going to rise, correct?
Appear to move towards the vanishing
with the floor. Exactly. Now, if you are lower than it and it's moving to the distance, what's going to happen?
It's going to appear to move into the vanishing point.
So it's going to compress downwards into the horizon, correct?
Not compressing.
Yes,
It's
it gets smaller with
sorry,
angular
sorry,
size,
yeah, sorry,
and because
compressing, yeah. Sorry,
okay,
my bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
and because you are looking up at it, it is therefore going to vanish downwards because you are looking with the floor upwards.
It's not going to vanish downwards. It's going to vanish into my vanishing point, which in my case, in my observation, is 22 meters above sea level.
Exactly. Your
Yeah.
22 meters at 60 kilometers away is the same as you lying on your belly looking at something at 10 kilometers away. You do realize that?
It should still be 22 meters above sea level. Eye level doesn't bend.
Optically, it wouldn't be.
How does that work?
Occultation of the largest angle. That's how it works.
Physically,
You do understand that. You do
occultation
also
doesn't work, sorry.
understand. In reality, we also have topography in your way.
That's why I'm doing this over water.
So you agree water is then level and flat.
Level, yeah, not flat.
But you just said that's why you're doing it over water. Because you want to
then
mimic
you
flat.
don't have topography.
Water has topography. There's waves.
Again, if you see my photo, there's not waves. That's just ripples. And those need to be 22 meters.
And what's the angle? And what's the angular size of those ripples as it's further away because it has rised to eye level?
There. So how can a ripple 10 centimeters high hide something from me within 22 meters above sea level?
Easy, I've explained it to you.
No,
Occultation.
Because again,
what have we been talking about the last hour?
Yeah, you've been talking.
How much time? How much times must I repeat myself?
You need to show something.
I have 4 different demonstrations.
You need to show something.
Can I ask?
On a bumpy floor.
Yeah. I expect make it stop because this Tommy is just talking in circles. He's not doing anything other than saying nah.
I'm trying to get answers from you.
You're just saying nah the whole time.
Physically,
I've explained it over and over.
Nothing can be hiding anything else.
Physically, no. Optically, yes.
Again, that's what you need to demonstrate.
I just did with 4 different demonstrations.
Seriously, you didn't.
Are you for real? Are you for real?
That's
you have not shown one demonstration of anything yet. Can you please show me a demonstration?
That's why I said you need
demonstration.
To do that. That's why I said this needs to be done on that floor with that yellow sign, because that's a flat floor and it's far away. So do that on that floor. Whoever did it, please do it again. That's a flat floor. If you can do it there, I will accept it. No problems.
Again, you made a claim, you back it up. Not my burden to bear. Would you please back up the claim you made?
That's just simple geometry, really. If you're denying geometry, please...
Sorry, is geometry perspective?
Again, I never denied geometry. No, sorry, I never denied perspective.
You just said I have to do geometry while we're talking about perspective. So, is geometry perspective?
Again, over a flat surface, nothing will hide anything physically, and if you're saying optically, you need to demonstrate it.
What I asked.
With a flat surface, with actually flat surface.
It's not what I asked. Is geometry perspective?
No.
Okay, great. So when you talk about perspective, why trying to talk about geometry?
Because when you're saying something is hidden over a flat surface, that's geometry.
No.
Yeah.
No. Perspective is not geometry based.
No. But again, you're claiming that something is hidden over a flat surface.
Do you understand why? Do you understand why when you draw a geometric orthographic view, you are not putting perspective into view? Do you understand why?
Not according to you, probably, so please explain.
Not according to me. We just established, you as well, that it's an optical illusion, not a physical illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So in geometry, you wouldn't be able to go and actually say what's happening in perspective because it's geometry is showing physical. Understand? In Muppet vision from the side, which we never see. Perspective is all just optical based. It's not
I never
the
said anything
actual
about
positions.
the graphic.
Not the actual positions of where you're seeing them.
Yeah, I said I didn't
Understand?
say anything about the orthographic. Sorry.
So then how can you tell me we must go to geometry when we're talking about perspective?
I didn't say when we talk about perspective. I said when we talk about occultation.
Occultation is part of a perspective,
No, it isn't.
not geometry.
Most certainly isn't.
Is that so? Okay.
Perspective.
Would you do me a
doesn't say-
favor? Take your thumb, stick it in front of your eye, please, away from your face. Look at the car in front of you if you want to. And is the car smaller than your finger?
You can hide the moon behind your thumb, so of course, yeah.
Is that physically blocked? Is it physically blocked, or is it just a optical illusion that it's blocked?
Because you have your finger in front of the car, it's blocked.
Is it physically blocked because the car is smaller than the finger, or is the finger just giving an optical illusion that it's bigger?
Optical, of course.
There we go. So is that geometry, or is it just optics?
That's perspective.
Exactly, optics. So again,
But if I drop,
stop telling me about geometry when we are talking about perspective.
if I drop,
We can move on to geometry once you have actually backed up your claim that this would not happen on a flat surface.
If I drop
Because
my,
so far you've just made claims without backup.
if I drop my finger 5 centimeters, how far away back do I need to go before that thumb once again hides the car?
I'm not waiting for you to ask me stuff. I'm waiting for you to back up your claim. No, I've been asking for what?
Yeah,
25 minutes now to
Yeah.
back up your claim?
but there's no
Yeah,
way I can give
and
you an
have you
answer
backed up
because
your
you don't
claim?
understand.
Have you backed up your claim?
There's no way I can answer because you don't understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. That's why I'm holding you
seem
to
like
this, to your claim.
Yeah, perspective doesn't hide anything.
2 minutes ago, you just said yes, it does with your thumb. Thank you, everybody. We've just seen what the clown
No.
disguise is being total
No.
dishonest.
No. Perspective doesn't.
Yes.
If I'm standing.
So what is it?
Again? If
Does
I'm
it? So what does it?
Should I explain?
Does it
Should I
optically?
explain?
Does it
Should-
optic? Does it? No, I'm trying to. Does it optically do it now, or doesn't it?
Again, if I'm lowering my thumb 5 centimeters, there's no way in the distance that thumb is covering the car again. So perspective doesn't hide anything.
You changing your elevation of your thumb is showing you're changing your perspective view, your angle.
So when I'm standing 22 meters above sea level, I should be looking into a point 22 meters above sea level on the other side. Why is that hiding anything? That's not how perspective works.
Must we go again?
That's
Again.
not
Okay.
perspective.
You standing 22 meters, looking at 60 kilometers away. Every point from you is converging to a convergence point.
Yeah.
You are closer to the largest angle, which is the floor. You are standing on a physical surface, a floor. That
So,
floor is busy going due to perspective. It is rising relative to eye level to the convergence point. While
except it doesn't.
everything in the distance is also converging to this convergence point. Now,
Except it
thanks to
doesn't.
the physical floor that's closer towards you with the largest angle, it occults in front of the much smallest bottom angle. Understand now, child?
Nope. Child, seriously.
My My 5-year-old child gets this. Do
Yeah,
you
because
understand
you're-
how stupid you have to be not
Wait,
to
wait,
understand
wait,
this?
wait,
My
wait.
5-year-old child gets this.
Please, don't tell me you're teaching your 5-year-old son this. Please.
Um,
That's child
hello.
abuse.
You're
That's
talking to an
serious
art
child
major
abuse.
here. You're talking to an art major here. You're telling me that my perspective is wrong. Is that what you're telling me?
I never said your perspective is wrong. I said occultation is wrong.
You just told me, please. You just told me I'm teaching my child wrong.
If you're teaching your son that something is Earth is flat or something like this, yeah. Please.
Sorry, where did I say anything about Earth is flat here or anything once in this whole presentation?
No, but if this is what you're teaching me, please stop doing that.
No, so I can't teach my child perspective. Is that what you're telling me?
Way.
It's not my own way. This is how perspective works.
Perspective. I don't.
Your straw man's just because it goes against your globe cult doesn't make it wrong, Tommy. So if you want to really prove me wrong, please be so kind and demonstrate your claim.
Yeah. So
Yeah, demonstrate it, please.
I did it. I done it many times.
So can I see this demonstration, please?
It's right there on the top of your screen now, 22 meters above sea level.
That is showing perspective-based bottom-up obstruction. Exactly what you would expect to see. What I've just demonstrated.
Bottom-up obstruction is not a part of perspective.
So are you going to demonstrate it? Are you going to demonstrate instead of just carry on making claims?
Perspective makes objects disappear into total, not bottom first. If you have,
so the ground doesn't rise.
You probably have that mathematical formula. I don't have that. I know flat.
It's called the diffraction limit. It's called the diffraction limit. And thanks to Ruef, he just validated with the math with the mountains because he proved the floor has a larger angle. And because it's got a larger angle, it has occulted over the bottom of the mountains, which I've just posted in the chat again. Thank you, Ruhef. Huge shout out to Ruhef for debunking the whole globe argument that things do not rise relative to eye level and that the floor does not occult bottom-up obstruction. You've just proven our point totally. Thank you, Ruhef. And thank you, Tommy, for proving you've just been dishonest and been trying to obfuscate from just backing up your claims. And while wasting everyone's time.
No. Because you
can while you're at it, you can thank Ranty for, he said it, top to bottom compression. So things do compress from the top to bottom, which show why the mountains would be lower thanks to perspective. And you can also say thanks to Cats for ignoring Aries disk and the bottom angle as well. You guys are just ruining your globe. This is a huge shout out to all you globies like Tommy and those three amigos, proving your globe to be false.
What Ranty also showed as your demonstration, he went out to a running field, 100 meters plus the start and finish, about 110, 120 meters. He had this camera placed on the floor, and on the other side he placed an egg to represent an egg and a Buddha figure or something. And none of those were obstructed bottom up. You could see everything with the camera on the floor at 100 meters.
Okay. And
also,
do you understand? Do you understand his camera lens was higher than? Do you understand his camera lens was higher than the egg?
Wolfie
Did you maybe take that into account?
Wolfie 6020 also did that in a hotel hallway, pretty long one. Put
Tommy,
lens cap
did
on
you?
The floor and went back. And
Tommy,
you could see all of it.
Tommy, exactly, Tommy. Do you understand that both those demonstrations you just talked about? The camera lens was looking downwards on those objects. It was higher. Yes.
They put the camera on the floor, just like you did.
He put it on the floor, but the lens itself on the camera is looking down on it.
No, just like you did.
Do you understand that?
So what's the difference?
When you look up at an object, it goes into the distance. It will have bottom-up obstruction because it's compressing. If you look down on it, because you are higher, it's going to rise up with it because it goes to the convergence point. I don't know how much more simpler I can make this.
What camera did you use?
This is the things you learn. You learn this type of perspective in grade 1.
What camera did you use?
Doesn't matter what camera you use.
If you're talking about the distance
The
to the lens, of course it
elevation,
matters.
the elevation of the lens is what counts here.
Exactly. When you have the camera on the floor, that's important. What camera did you use?
It's like, it doesn't matter what camera he uses. The lens is higher than the object he observed.
Because what Wolf did in that hallway, he used the lens cap from that camera. That's exactly the same size as the lens. And you can see the bottom.
And the lens cap was what? Lower than the lens of the camera, correct? Because I did watch this observation. I tell you now, looking at it, it was lower than the camera.
You can see the bottom at the floor. The floor didn't obstruct anything.
You can see the bottom of the floor. You know why? Because the floor rises to eye level. Thank you once again for validating my point.
Why could Wolfie see the floor at that distance, but you couldn't in that what is it, a shop or something? Car shop? Why couldn't you see the floor on the other side?
Because he was lower.
Again, that's exactly why I asked you what camera you used. That's exactly why I asked you.
Again, the lens elevation. Where is the lens situated on? Okay, I don't even know why we have to go to this.
So
where is the lens situated on the camera? Where is the lens situated on the camera?
At the front, of course.
No, where is it situated on the camera due to its elevation? Is it usually in the middle about the camera?
Why do you think I'm asking what camera you're using?
Is it usually in the middle of the camera?
That's why I asked you what camera you use. Seriously.
It does. Listen what I'm saying.
If you have a small lens, you get lower. If you have a big lens, you get higher.
So, he sticks his camera on the floor to look at a lens cap. A lens cap that is lower in elevation than the lens itself on the camera. In other words, his elevation is higher than the observation. So, he's got a wider field of view. He can still see the lens cap. Understand? He can still see the floor. Everything is converging to the lens.
Towards, not to, towards.
Do you understand? You're making my point, yeah?
That's exactly, again, why I asked what camera did you use? I like to see the elevation from the floor up to the center of the lens. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so if I take my iPhone 7 here and I stick it upside down on the floor. That lens is about 3 millimeters. Well, I'll say more like 5 millimeters. More be like 5 millimeters off of the floor. Okay.
To the edge, yeah, but to the center, that's the difference.
Okay. That would make my elevation 5 millimeters.
Yeah, that's why.
Now, if I have to take something and stick it down the hallway, and my elevation is looking upwards at that observation, I will get occultation because I am looking at something that has a higher altitude than my elevation point. Understand?
No, because
if it
occultation is not a thing. You say occultation, but nah, that doesn't help.
I just demonstrated and explained it to you multiple times. You have yet to demonstrate once of what's going on.
Do that.
So
in that
last time, Tommy. If you want to have a grown-up conversation with me, back up your claim. As simple as that.
Which one should I start with?
You made a claim refraction cannot happen on a flat surface. You made a claim that we cannot see bottom-up obstruction on a flat surface. Even though I've demonstrated it multiple times.
You didn't.
So alsjeblieft, So please, go ahead, demonstrate your claim. That's all I'm asking. No word salad, no nothing, just demonstration.
Yeah, sure. So, again, on a flat surface, you can't have refraction work the same way as a globe, because when you're looking at through the atmosphere on a globe, the light bends towards the denser medium. And as the Earth is flat over a flat surface, that wouldn't happen because you have the same layer all the way. As you said, you probably have some temperature differences here and there. But in that case, as I was at that place on the end of the world 4 times during winter, summer, spring and fall, at some point I should be having that part of the land above my eye level. I didn't.
Okay, let me get this straight. So you start off by saying how refraction works on a globe
Yeah,
to try and tell me how it's not going to work on a flat surface.
yeah,
Then you go and make assumptions on temperature at 60 kilometers away.
assumptions.
I never once said that your observation would even change. Secondly, refraction does definitely happen on any surface. If you don't believe me, you can maybe go to a channel called Sky Friberry, because they do quite a few demonstrations of this. Oh, and Bev just put a photo in with refraction and mirroring on water, which is level and flat. So, Tommy,
Yeah. Do you see something with that
instead of
photo?
making more claims and trying to base it on your cold globe, it would be great if you actually do a demonstration.
Could you please
Like take a camera out, and take a flat surface, which, well, you would claim as flat, and show me that you cannot get refraction on there. So in other words, you have to try and actually mimic something to not get refraction. And then you can also go and try and do the same thing on a flat surface and see that you do not get obstruction and you do not get perspective on a flat surface. Please go ahead.
if you magnify that photo that Bev had there, could you please explain what I'm looking at? Can you describe what that is?
Simple. It's a mirroring on the x-axis.
Yeah, what's the object? What are we looking at? What's the object we're looking at? That orange and blue stuff. What is it?
That's a guy on a boat.
Can you count the fingers of that guy?
Why would I be able to count the fingers?
Because
Do you
it's
Do you understand? Do you
distorted
understand?
someplace, because you can't see what it is, because it's full
Would-
of distortions.
would you-
maybe?
Would you understand that's his actual position? He is actually there. He's not floating in midair. You do
Yeah,
understand
but
this, right?
Can you identify?
Wait.
Identify
You
what
understand that, right?
you're saying?
You understand that, right?
Yeah,
He's not floating. He's actually there.
I know.
So you do know on your globe, that would be saying he is floating because he would be higher, be behind water. The
Yeah.
refraction is somehow mirroring
Yeah.
it upwards.
Yeah, but
Do you
can
understand that?
Can you? Yeah.
On a flat surface, this is perfectly feasible. You know why? Because he's at his actual location, and him plus the sky is mirrored on a horizontal plane.
Can
And because you can see that mirroring, on the x-axis, which is impossible on your curved surface, you've just debunked your whole refraction claim.
Can you identify what you're seeing on that photo? Is that a clear
The
photo?
man with the boat.
Is that a
It's
clear?
very clear.
Is that clear?
It's very clear what's happening.
Yeah, but again, if you're watching my photos, there are no distortions.
Oh, so you think refraction has only got to do with distortions? You do know that you can refract things without really having a distortion, correct?
If you're having distortions in the air, distortions would show in the photo, just like Bev is showing there. I don't have that in my photo.
Is that so?
Yeah.
So you claiming there's no refraction that day?
No, I don't. I say there's no distortions in my photo like that one.
So no refraction then?
Probably a bit, yeah, but Not like that.
Please explain. Then please explain to everybody when you go to your photo why I can see through the bottom of those wind turbines. Everybody, is it just me or have I got supervision that I can see right through those bottom of those wind turbines?
The bottom.
That seems to
What
be
bottom?
the bottom.
What?
The bottom that shows see-through. Your wind turbines show refraction, dude.
Then if you magnify that photo, those blades would be distorted. Magnify that one. Find distortions.
Why would the blades be distorted?
Because refraction.
You do know you're looking upwards at that mountain peak, correct? And you do understand the refraction band is only so high. How high are those
325 meters.
winter? Exactly. Do you think the refraction band is 325 meters high?
No. Thank you for
There we
supporting my
go.
object. Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
You just supported everything I said.
No,
You think there's no refraction on top of that mountain?
I never said that.
That's exactly what you're claiming because
I said
you are saying
there's no distortions in my photo like that one Ben posted. That's what I'm saying.
there is definitely distortions because I can see right through them. I would not be able to see through them if there wasn't distortions, Tommy.
What are you seeing right through?
Okay, let me just save the image. Give me 2 minutes to quickly.
Yeah, sure. Norwegian again, jabba.
So anyway, how is we?
Oh, you're disappearing.
I said anyway, how is Sweden?
I'm from Norway.
Oh, you're Norway. Oh, that's cool. Were you born there?
Yeah.
Almost done. So what got you first into this flat earth debate talk?
A little over 3 years ago, I stumbled across a video of D. Marble. He said the earth is flat. So the first half year I was a bit, what do you call it, baffled on how people could think that. So I watched a lot of flat earth videos and they said do your own research and all of that. And half a year later I started to make models in 3D on SketchUp to see how this works. And none of it worked. And then I started to go out and do observations and yeah, here I am.
Okay. That's cool.
Nothing I have ever done match anything on a flat surface. Absolutely nothing. So I've done my research the hard way, pretty much all over the place. And I really don't see any flat anything.
But you would agree with we can explain things with perspective.
Perspective, yeah, but not the rest of them. Perspective doesn't hide
So-
anything.
But then how can I demonstrate things hiding
Well,
because
to
of perspective?
clarify myself, perspective isn't hiding anything that is not already hidden.
Occultation is perspective based.
No. Then again, just as I said, if someone can do that observation with that yellow sign one more time in that hallway, that would be awesome.
Okay.
I don't have access to a hallway that large, so yeah,
Okay.
I can see it.
Can you see there?
Yeah.
There's some distortion at those blades.
You can still see the blades pretty damn well.
Yeah, but you can see through them though, correct?
You don't see through them, but they are very thin and very far away, but you don't see through them. And they are not
But do you understand that? Do you understand because of the refraction, it has caused some diffraction?
and
you understand that?
moving. The blades are moving, so
Don't worry about the blades. I'm talking about the bottom of those wind turbines.
You have a
You
little
understand?
bit
Because
on
of the
bottom
refraction.
There, you have a little bit on the
Because
bottom
of the
there, yeah, but that doesn't hide anything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So you would recant saying you don't have any refraction in your image.
I said I didn't have like that, like Bev's pictures.
Okay, but you do.
Bit, yeah, but
you have.
Like that.
Okay, sharp. Okay, cool. So you do have.
A little bit, yeah.
Now.
But again,
like
if it was
I was
like
saying,
Bev's, those you wouldn't see the blades because the blades will be curved like that Black Swan oil rig.
At 350 meters high. So again, you're saying the refraction band goes 350 meters high.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you just made a claim 2 seconds ago saying that if refracted, those
because refraction
would
happens,
also.
Because refraction happens between the blades and me, and that goes over the curvature.
Well, it's definitely not. Sorry, can you give me just quickly 2 minutes? I just want to say night to my wife quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Sharp, thanks.
No problem. Family first. Real life before YouTube,
thanks,
always.
Definitely. Be back now.
Yep. Bev, the earth is not flat. Thank you. Well, guys.
We are coming up on an hour and a half.
Yeah. The person who had that photo of that that long hallway and the yellow sign, is that person in the chat here?
Yeah, I think so, but he's working.
Yeah.
It's just a school corridor.
Yeah.
Surely you can go to a school or a hospital or something
we
like
don't
that.
have that big schools here in Norway. But anyway, that floor seems pretty flat and it's nice and clean and everything. So if that can be done again with a camera at the floor, even an iPhone camera at the floor, and move that yellow sign all the way back, that would be awesome.
You think it's possible then for a flat to be a thing?
If the bottom of that sign, you should see through that little hole in the bottom there. If that floor isn't 100% flat, probably that hole would be disappearing, but not more. But
so you still hold out for the chance of there being such a thing as a flat?
Nope.
No. So you're asking for something that you don't personally believe is possible.
I'm asking for someone to demonstrate this in a real way with a flat floor, not with that bump on the floor that he had last time.
So the one that you say is a flat floor, you don't think is a flat floor, or you're asking somebody else to find a flat floor for you, but you don't believe they're possible anyway.
That floor looks pretty damn flat.
So you do, like, you are holding out for the chance of there being a flat?
Nope.
Oh. So you're saying it looks flat then?
That floor looks flat. The earth looks flat.
Yeah, so
everybody
could it be flat then?
The floor, yeah, it could be flat. It looks pretty damn flat, yeah.
How would you measure flat?
Leveling?
Pardon?
Leveling.
With a level?
No,
really?
Not a level.
So you think levels are flat?
As in, we talked about last time with the surveying.
Yeah. Okay. So there is such a thing as a tool that can establish a horizontal, right? And then it's up to you to measure from that horizontal to make sure that the floor would be flat in relation to the horizontal, like level line.
But that floor looks a whole lot flatter than the one in Flatzoid's video.
So if there was a flat floor to you, what would that show?
Then it will show when you have that camera lens all the way to the floor, even an iPhone lens just a few millimeters off the floor, you should still see through the bottom hole of that yellow sign all the way out on the end.
How far would that other thing have to move away?
As
for you
far
to
as
not
you possibly
be able
can.
to see through it.
As far as you possibly can. As far as, yeah. So that hallway seems to be pretty far.
Right. So are you presuming that if somebody were to take that picture again, but with one of that yellow sign, where would you like?
All the way back.
How would you lay out the picture that you're asking somebody else to take?
Yeah, again, move that yellow sign all the way back as far as possible.
Right, could there be one there already?
I don't know.
What would you say if there was another one of those signs right at the end of that corridor?
Whatever say, I will see the big photo of it, but yeah.
What would you say if there was already one there, but you couldn't see it in that picture?
If it's done the right way with the camera all the way down at the floor and that yellow sign isn't visible, well, hard to say. Redman posted a video. That is a garage where you have floors going up and down for water to run off. That's pretty clear from first second here.
Tommy, you almost answered Bev's question. You were so close to saying that there would be optical obstruction.
No, there wouldn't be. Physical, probably, yeah. Again, I said that floor looks pretty damn flat. I'm not going to run away back on that one, sure, but yeah, I don't think it would hide anything. There's what do you call this, thresholds, doorstep, something. It doesn't seem to be anything of that in a way either, so I think I should see the whole thing.
So you can just look at the floor and say that's flat.
No, I didn't say that's flat. It looks flat.
Okay. But then when you look out across the ocean, it doesn't look flat?
No, because it doesn't support anything flat in my observation.
It doesn't fit your model.
It fits my model perfect.
Yeah, model
Yes,
yeah.
Okay,
So
guys.
Tommy, did you have any other questions?
Mostly I would like to quantify with some real numbers, but you didn't want to do that.
Let me ask you a question, Tommy. You don't mind Flatzoid?
No, it's fine. We're not getting anywhere anyway.
Now it's one-on-one again, but I don't want to go back to that gangbang we had the first time.
Yeah.
No. Just a simple question. You said that's a garage. How big do you think that garage is?
I have no idea.
You know what an 18-wheeler is? A semi?
I'm in Norway. We have probably the same stuff, but 18, 19 meters or something.
You know that garage right there, you can get about 50 of those in there, no problem.
Okay.
So that's very far. It's very, very far away as far as where I'm looking at down that hallway, garage way.
Okay.
Would you say you can at least fit about 10 behind each other in that line,
Where are we going
Redmond?
with this?
Yeah, you can get about 10 straight shot.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So Tommy, the point is that is a very, very long flat surface.
No, it isn't.
If let's say we put those 10 trucks, 18-wheelers behind each other, do you think you're going to see the same detail at the back 10 truck that you do in front.
If that's a big garage, it has ups and downs to let water run, so that's not flat.
Would you be able to prove it's not flat, or is it just the
First,
deduction
you
you
need to
make
prove it's flat.
because you don't want it to be flat?
First, you need to prove it's flat.
I never made a claim that it's not flat. You're making the claim it's not
Who was that
flat.
supposed to? Redman. First, Redman needs to prove it's flat.
Say again.
Redman, you work there, correct?
No, I make deliveries there.
Okay. You would agree that's very flat,
Very
or
flat.
very close to flat.
Close to flat.
Yes, I would say it's very flat due to the kind of building it is that I go to. It's like one of those. It's called the World Congress Center.
So
So
you
it's
have
one of those
measured it to be flat,
places-
or does it look flat?
It's one of those places. It's almost like a government building where they hold events in and stuff like that. This facility is fairly large, so I'm pretty sure that concrete floor is flat.
You're pretty sure.
Okay.
So in between
Okay,
those,
so Tommy-
in between those parkings and lines of driving there, are there drains there to have the water run away?
Let me see what you're talking about. Give me just a second.
Tommy, would you say that looking at that, even if it's not 100% flat, it's relatively flat enough to conclude that it's not curved?
To hide something 5 centimeters off the floor at the far end, yes.
Okay. You do understand the difference between
about 5
you
centimeters
do
up.
you do understand the difference between slopes and curve, right?
You understand standing high above the surface and not at it and looking at something higher, not at the ground floor. I really don't
asked the
see why this
question.
has anything to do, because again, you're down at the floor.
I asked the question.
Yeah.
Do you understand the difference between a slope and a curve? And
Please explain.
so you would say, are you saying they have curves in that construction of that parking lot, or do they have slopes for the
It's the
water?
word games and semantics again. It goes up and down. If you have drains for water, it's not flat.
That's not what I'm asking, Tommy. It's really simple.
What difference does it make
Do they
what it
have
is, what you call it? It
Do
doesn't
they
make any difference.
do they have slopes for the water, or do they have curves for the water?
It's not flat, that's the point.
Why are you avoiding the question?
Because you're probably playing word games and not going for that. It doesn't matter what you call it. They are there, it's not flat.
This whole hour and a
The
half we've been
difference is
discussing.
If he has
You
the
have not really answered me anything I've
I'm
asked
going to
yet.
answer you.
You have not demonstrated anything. You're just hand waved, missed everything. And when I ask you a simple question, you want to
Yeah.
obfuscate.
The difference is
Yeah.
if you have the camera at the bottom of a slope or top of that curve. So if he has the camera at the bottom of a slope, everything will obscure it. If he has the top of that curve, nothing will be obscured. That's the difference.
Again, I ask, do you know the difference between a slope and a curve?
Just explain it.
That's a simple yes or no question, Tommy.
If you're talking about bump up or bump down, yes. But English is not my first language. Please understand that.
Ek praat Afrikaans, Tommy,
Ja, jeg
en
kan
ek
snakke norsk.
verstaan nie Engels
Vi
100%.
kan snakke i hvert fall
Okay.
språk, det driter jeg langt faen i.
Great. Okay, so we both speak different languages.
Yes. So if
Now,
you're asking me for definitions, I'm not going to play that game.
Slope. So again, it's a yes or no question.
Not
Do
according
you
to
understand
no.
the difference
Please
between
explain.
slope and curve?
Please
So it's a
explain.
no.
No, please explain.
So it's a no then.
Please
Okay,
explain.
great.
Please
You
explain.
you understand? A slope is elevation change on a flat surface. Do you get that? It's not curving away. It's sloping downwards or sloping upwards.
Okay.
This is how, okay. So when they put, let's say, a degree slope or a half a degree slope for the water to go out, there's going to be no curve. So that's not really
So
going to
a
make
curve
any
is-
obstruction. It's not going to make any obstruction when doing an observation because you are going to be following with that slope.
This is
Because your
exactly
angle
why
of
I don't play word
incidence is
games.
going to follow, your angle of incidence is going to follow that slope.
Yeah.
Now, if it was curved, you can only follow to that curve so much before it curves too much to be able to see. Understand? So when it comes to these, when they build these structures, they don't build curves into them. They build slopes. So it's still a flat surface. It's just sloped for the water. So that would show you that you've just debunked your argument because it would still be flat with the slope. So we would still be able to do our demonstration.
So word games are debunking now. Sure, yeah. As I just said, if you have the camera at the bottom of that slope or whatever, it will obscure stuff. If you have the camera on top of that slope or curve stuff, nothing will be obscured. So if you put that camera at the bottom of one of these drain lines or something in a garage, of course objects will be obscured.
And what happens if you are looking at the same angle as the slope?
What? Looking at the same angle
What-
as what?
If you are perpendicular with the slope, you're looking at exactly
for
the same
fuck's sake,
angle
man.
of the slope.
Please stop the word games. Please stop the word games. Oh,
What word games? It's simple.
no, it isn't,
Basic.
because your mind is playing different tricks than mine.
This, I thought you want to go to geometry. Now I'm giving you geometry, and very basic geometry, by the way, and you can't even answer this simple thing.
Because you
If
guys,
you are perpendicular to the slope, if you're perpendicular to the slope and you are looking at exactly that angle as the slope is going, would you agree that you are looking straight and level with that slope?
you are 14 guys in the chat here talk about this all day long, every single day.
I'm not
This
even
is
in the
your
chat.
word
I'm
games.
not
I
even
don't
looking
play
at the
that
chat.
game.
I'm literally just talking to you at the moment.
Yeah, but
So-
this is your 14 guys language. I don't speak that language.
What
deal with reality,
14
not
guys
word games.
language? I'm talking English to you now.
No,
Literally
you're not.
just
Seriously,
English.
You're not.
Is perpendicular not part of the English language? Is slope not part of the English language? Is
Yes, it's a part of language, but
level?
the way you put the words together in a sentence is not English.
This is the dumbest straw man I've ever heard in my life.
Sure it is.
Oh my God, I've got to say thank you so much for that. I've been saying that for a long time. We actually do speak a foreign language. Sorry, I'll
Must
shut up
be.
now.
When you're talking to something perpendicular to a slope isn't a straight line. If it's something sloping away from you and you don't have a definition of a point in that slope, how can you have something perpendicular to that?
Okay, I'm going to go back to 2 minutes ago. Do you know the difference between slope and curved? No, I don't. Please explain it to me. Now you want to tell me after I explained it to you that I'm wrong. How does that work?
I didn't say you were wrong. I just said don't speak English. That's
You just told me 10 seconds ago that I'm wrong.
Well, as I said, in that garage that we were talking about, a photo, the difference is if he has a camera on the bottom of one of these drain something, or on the top of it. That's all I said before you, when you were back talking to your wife, when you came back.
That's
So
what
that
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
A slope doesn't
The difference
curve.
is if he has
A
the
s-
camera at the bottom or on the top of these ups and downs in that garage. That's all I'm
That's the
talking
thing.
about.
A slope doesn't curve. A slope doesn't curve, Tommy. That's your problem.
So it's just a
A
downhill
slope
then.
is still a straight line.
It's just a downhill
Yes,
then.
exactly. So if you
Yeah.
are looking perpendicular to that slope, doesn't matter if you're looking at a 70-degree slope. If you're looking 70 degrees and perpendicular to that 70 degree, it's still flat and
Yeah.
straight. You understand?
You know what? I think we'll
So-
leave it here. This is just mumble jumble and word games. I don't do that. Sorry.
Okay, well, thank you, Tommy, anyway, for the chat, I think.
Yeah. Next time,
I'd-
bring some numbers to back up your claims. That would be great.
Wow, you
Yeah.
haven't brought anything except now my globe fault, but okay.
Sure.
Right.
Well, to the rest of the guys, Clary as your chat room. Thank you. This was just as civil as last time, and yeah, keep it that way.
What was the point you were trying to make with the slope? I
Something
realize you never
know,
got
because
anywhere
your
with it. What
guy,
were you
you
trying
guys
to-
is
what point were you
talking.
trying to make?
Yeah. Anyhow,
Like, who cares if slopes in
Clary,
math are straight
thank you
lines?
so much for having me on again. I really appreciate it. And
Okay.
maybe
Thanks, Tommy.
All right,
Yeah.
Tommy. Yeah,
Flatzoid,
no
thank you.
ownership
Thanks, Tommy.
transferred, but yeah, still
Have a
I'm
good
here.
night.
All right.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Cheers,
All right.
Tommy. Thanks, dude. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
And there, I guess. Yeah. Let's go. Some of you said you have sent. Oh, Bear the Devil. Bear the Devil. I was using that screen and screen sharing on Discord. So sorry for not be able to do sharing that. And thank you for posting it in that chat there. I saw some of you incited, hey, said that my microphone was low, so I turned it up 2 times there from 6 to 9 to 12 decibels or something. If it's still low, I really don't know what's it. Ah. Well, I don't know if they're still watching my channel, but probably celebrating Flatzoid's victory about now. So no, Gary, models aren't reality, but they are damn well nice tools to predict reality. So 1 hour 45 minutes about nothing, really. I was full of nuh-uh. Well, Mick is fine. Thanks. What can you say, really? Show a floor that's not flat with something obscuring, like the door, the threshold, or something on the other side. And occultation over a flat surface because reasons. And all this greater angle stuff. I was really hoping to dig a bit deeper into that with the actual numbers and calculating where I should see the difference and stuff, but one slope across the floor, it shouldn't be, I said, yeah. Yeah, doofus. Hey, Dart. He said he showed this reality 4 times. And of course, when you have those lights in the paint booth there, when you have the camera online there, it's kind of obscuring something in the end. But again, I can see what was on the wall, some paint equipment or something on the end there. That's more like my observation. Same with that floor that I talked about so many times, that yellow sign in the hallway there. That floor seems pretty damn flat to me, so it would be great to see someone do that again with the floor, with this sign all the way back. Sean Hawkins, turn your volume up, man! I turned it up to 12 decibels plus now, so you can check the what do you call it? The gain. Gain is also on the middle. It's fine here. So I should demonstrate that occultation is not a thing. First of all, he should do that on a flat floor, like Rante did on that running field with 100 meters on an egg, and Wolfie did. But of course there were excursions with the speakers suck, yeah. It's okay, Sean. He had the excursions with the camera of Wolfie that was not on the floor or something. That's why I asked him. Let's see. As I did when I debunked Mitchell from Australia with the cameras. If you have that one on the floor, the center is there. That one, the center is higher up. So of course there's a difference in what you see from each vantage point. But again, on Wolfie's video, on that long carpeted hallway, you can see the bottom of that lens cap on the end there, and because reasons you couldn't on Flatzoids. Gleam is a tool, yeah, he is. Blue marble. Too high. Yeah, you know what, Sean, I'm going to be mean to you. I'm going to turn it back down a bit. I turned it up to 12 something plus there. Also down again to 6. So there is back again to 6 decibels. How is it now? Bigger aperture, bigger angular resolution. Not by much. On my photos from the end of the world, I had aperture, what was it, 5.6 and aperture 29. There's a slight difference in the quality, but there's really nothing much to go on, and that's with a 5 times bigger aperture. Meh. Andreas, hi. No, not every Monday. For those who didn't see my last video, I'm moving in 3 weeks now. So from next weekend, and then I also have my kids, I'm going to start packing down all around there. So there will not be any streamings or videos from now until I'm done moving. Also, the internet where I'm moving isn't that good. It's just copper. So I called the installation firm here, and there's a waiting for between 3 and 8 weeks. And I called a week ago. So hopefully they can do it during the month switch. What do you call that in English? Månedsskifte, when you switch from one month to another, the month switch. Hopefully, because that's the day I'm moving. So everything after that, I really don't know. Really don't know. Yeah, Flatzoid, thank you. No hard feelings, of course. Of course. We all can agree to disagree. Interval. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh. It's been hot here today, and the air pressure, you can feel the pressure inside your head, and humidity, you can chew the air. So it'll be all day, so I'm not that, yeah, what do you call it? Full of air. That's my excuse. Yeah, Gary's shit-stirring again. Phil Bell, he's here. We are rolled here. Hey. Yeah. Are you guys having a serious discussion in that chat, or could I shut down in a short while? A little bit more dink. I could say it with whiskey, right? Scotch, brandy, whiskey, something. Yeah, it's iced tea. Oh. Gary, scale is a bitch, yeah? When you move stuff around to show how that observation works with the Blackpool Tower and the mountains behind, you just can't take two different objects and move around and say that's how it works. You need to scale stuff. You have to have the scale on the hill, you have to scale on the tower, you have to scale the distance. If that doesn't match on a flat surface, it's not flat. Yeah, Dart is 11 o'clock in 5 minutes. And scale or camera, of course, if you have... Just gonna switch it. Oop. This is my fattest, biggest lens. Biggest girth. So, also Gary, that distance needs to be scaled. I think this is about 25 millimeters, or close to 3 centimeters or something. If that's your eye level, you need to scale all of it after that. If you have your phone that you're always using, if you're holding it this way, you need to scale that eye level. If you use that way, you need to scale that to the level there. So everything needs to be scaled correctly. Just can't move around stuff. That's how it works. Sean Hawkins, I just put that back there. Working on a project. Self-illuminating moon that has shadows and faces. I'm going to prove that I'm better for yeah. Good luck with that, Sean. Then, before you start, you really need a bottle of whiskey or brandy or something to get that level in your head. No, Earth is Life, I don't have a Discord server. I don't know how that works. I'm not a tech guy, as you have probably seen so many times. I am on, of course you have me on Discord, we chat all the time, yeah, but I don't have a server. I'm not going to have any. I almost don't use Twitter. I just read sometimes, and still there's like, how many people are following me now? Is that Tweetabird? Come on now. I have 111 followers on Twitter, and I never post anything. Last time was May 29th, and it was chess with Magnus Carlsen. And April 30th with my conversation with with Sleeping Warrior. Live there. I need to show that one more time. I just had to show it one more time. Screenshots. See that one? Nope. I'm just gonna find one screenshot. That's a good for those of you who haven't seen it on Twitter. Yeah, this is the one. Missed it. That one. Yeah. Best conversation ever with a flat earther. My pillow is sliding. Yeah. Rachie, Yeah, about 20 minutes ago it was sunset here. Just about 20 minutes ago. But it's really clouded here now, so it's already dark. I'm just at 60 degrees north, so at summer, not solstice, summer, that's equinox. No, solstice. Solstice is in the summer, equinox, yeah. At summer solstice, it's, yeah, not that long with the sun down. I think the sun is up again at 3:30 or something in the night now. Just north of Oslo. Ooh. Yeah, still talking to Gary about scale. Scale is a thing, Gary. A pretty damn important one. If I'm saying that this is black, oh, too big one. If I'm saying that this is the Blackpool Tower and this is the mountains, I just can't move them around. So if I do this, that happens. Yeah, that's not how it works, Gary. We need scale on everything. That was just about Flatzoid, what he did in this thing. He moved that camera up and down to see that something was hidden when it wasn't before, and no one denies perspective. Solstice, June and December, equinox, March, yeah, inside it, yes. Solstice in the summer. And then it really doesn't get any dark here because the sun is just dipping under the horizon up again. Mm-hmm. I found it. Guys, in 1 minute, Craft Tequila is having a stream. That was started because I'm going to watch that one. Sorry guys, I just saw on Firefox internet stuff, they had changed the on the tabs there so you don't see what's playing or not. It's just a small tiny speaker. So in 1 minute, Craft Tequila is starting a live stream. I'm going to copy that one here. Yeah, Carl, just found out. So, I'm going to end it right here, right now, and go to Craft Tequila and watch her stream. Enough bandages. Gary, please. Cuts and bruises from what? Sorry, guy. Yeah, go to Crafty. I'm going to end it. Thank you so much for watching. And it will be a while before I'm back because I'm moving. So, bye-bye. Thank you. And go to Craft Tequila. Bye. Yes, I will end now.